Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on live hiphopdaily.tv. And this episode is sponsored by Atlantis Clothing. From our Atlantis signature collection to our drug lord to our return to the Vipers, everything is available for sale tonight on atlantisclothing.com. So stop by the website and please shop. Without further ado, man, I got a guest in the building, man. This boy's so wavy, it's not funny. And he's already made the announcement that this is going to be the most smoked out episode of Cash Color Cannabis ever.
Stop playing with him.
All right, man, we got 200 plus episodes to prove that. So I mean, so you got some competition. But I got my boy Chef ET in the building, man. Chef, how you, man?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm good, man. Good. You know, I was putting out my schedule for November, and I had an open spot. And when I had a chance to pick a couple of people, you was first on my list because I thought, you know, you've been in the studio plenty of times. You have an amazing backstory. Like, if anybody just follow my man on Instagram, you know that he lives the best life. But I never had a chance to actually speak to you about how you got to who you are. You know what I mean? It's just, you know how we meet people through the show. So this is my time to actually do that. So, Chef, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. You know, we smoking it. We smoking good. We living good. We blessed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No complaints over here.
No complaints over here, man. No. All right, for those who don't know or haven't been by Live Hip Hop Daily, have a chance to meet you, who is Chef ET?
Chef ET. Raised in Augusta, Georgia, you know what I'm saying? Literally a country boy, you know what I'm saying? Literally somebody who just came from the country, grew up around pretty much just my family for the most part, and went to a small school in a small town like Augusta, you know what I'm saying? And then my interest sparked in cooking when my mom crazy about basketball, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you my mom crazy about basketball, she's a different type of crazy. Like
pro basketball or
my mom like college basketball so much, she'll fill out a bracket every March Madness. Like, she crazy about ACC tournaments. Like, she crazy. So it was like basketball was my life.
Okay.
But she made it such a job. I had to find another outlet. And
yo, I feel you. I did that with basketball, bro. At one point, it felt like it was just got such a drain. I quit,
bro. It like it got to the point where, like, I'll be playing on the court and I could hear my mom pat before I hear the coach. So when you can hear your mom before you hear the coach, you like, bro, I'm good. Like,
yeah. I don't need all this pressure.
Nah, I'm like, I have a good game and it still feel like I have a bad game when I go home because my mama should never could make her happy when it came to basketball. So I found something else. You know?
So how she feel when you said you were done with basketball? Because I remember my coach, when I told my coach I was done, he said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna be a writer." He said, "I'm gonna keep your jersey."
I had to cook. I had to cook Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner. I had to cook for birthdays. I had to really show her that I wasn't playing. Like, this was something that I could really make a profession out of. And I think, you know, once I left Augusta and I rode a bus for 17 hours. I left Augusta, Georgia. I didn't even tell my mom I was leaving. I just went to University of Maryland. Because I worked the Masters Golf Tournament. I don't know if you're familiar with the Masters Golf Tournament. I worked that for 6 years. And so when I worked at the 6th year, the executive chef at the University of Maryland, he thought I was dope. He offered me an apprenticeship at the University of Maryland because it was very hard for me to get into culinary school. Because culinary school expensive as shit, bro.
Yeah, I believe
like, private schools are expensive as shit. So, like, Johnson & Wales, CIA, all those schools, I could get accepted, but financial aid as far as paying for it, it wasn't there. So he offered me a cool-ass apprenticeship. He told me he could teach me everything I wanted to know. He told me to wait 3 weeks and send him my resume. I waited 3 days. I sent him my resume. He offered me the job in 5 hours, bro. I never forget that shit. And I rode a bus for 17 hours, and I went to D.C., and I never looked back.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I think that Johnson & Wales needs to have a basketball team. Like, they're missing out on a lot of talent because they don't have sports.
They don't got no sports. They ain't got nothing. That's how all them private model schools and private art schools are. They don't have sports.
No, they can't. They're being, you know, again, you're there for that one specific reason, apparently, supposedly, man.
Facts.
So when did you get into cooking? Because I feel like, you know, between you and Scott Lee, I've had a chance to meet a lot of brothers who are actually chefs, you know what I'm saying? And it's like crazy how you turned something that most people would take as a hobby or just something they like doing and turned it into a career. When did you know that? I guess when did you start actually cooking? Like, how young were you when you first got in the kitchen?
It was more or less my dad's mom. Like, my mom Panamanian, so I got to see my mom's mom cook a lot.
Yeah.
But I was in Georgia around my dad's parents, and my grandma, she cook all the time. So that's when I really started to really get interested in being in the kitchen. But then it got to a point where I worked the Masters Golf Tournament, and that's what changed my life, bro. Like, when I seen how many chefs and how many celebrities come to that tournament, and how, like, crazy that, like, I met so many celebrities just the first 3 years of me working at the Masters Golf Tournament. So that really changed my whole perspective on how, you know, I could really be a chef. And then after moving to Washington, D.C. and going to the University of Maryland, and then just, you know, being around a lot of different types of chefs. I've worked for a lot of good chefs, man. Master Chef Joaquin Buckner, shout out to him. Michael and Brian Vittaggio, shout out to them. I've worked for Wale's personal chef. I worked for a lot of people. So it just gave me a good, well-rounded, like, you know, professional way of cooking.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that you have a background in athletics. Growing up, especially in the inner city, you'll get pushed into a lot of different ways of doing life as far as a man growing up.
Facts.
And two of the popular ones are somewhere in athletics, football or basketball, or music. You know what I mean? And I've run into a lot of people who try to dive into those. But when you're seeing now, again, with yourself and Scott Lee's of the world, I'm seeing a lot more brothers get into other things. And one of the things are being a chef.
Yeah,
How odd was it, though, when you first started out and you started telling people this is what it is? Like, you know, especially after coming from a hoops background. Like,
I mean, it was odd from people who grew up with me, because they was like, dang, I didn't know you knew how to cook.
Yeah.
But from a standpoint of, like, once you cook for people, bro, that make them a believer. Once they taste your food, it's like, yo, I don't even need to ask them nothing else.
Yeah.
The food speak for itself. Like, it becomes less awkward once you realize that you can actually cook for people without like, you know, without it being real difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, is there a certain thing that you like cooking personally? Like, is there a signature meal or something that you just dig doing the most?
I bleed soul food. Like, I've been cooking soul food my whole life, so that's near and dear to my heart. My mom is Panamanian, so I know Spanish and Caribbean food like the back of my hand. I had French fine dining apprenticeships, so, like, I know European food. I work with people from Thailand. I work for Master Chef Joaquin Buckner. He's European. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just so well-rounded. I just love food, bro. I just love the reaction that I get from feeding a person when they, you know, they think they might not like something, or they think they had something good until you change their mind about that.
Oh, I like that
it's
mentality. It's
the reaction for me.
I like that mentality y'all share. Y'all walk around. I just like that feeling. That how people
it's the reaction
react.
for me.
So you get reactions not just from, I don't want to say regular folks, but regular folks like myself and celebrities.
You're not regular.
And I'm hella regular, dog. and celebrities. You know, when I first started following you, I was scrolling through your Instagram page and I started seeing some pop out. I know who Jasmine Banks is. I don't know if everybody else do, but I know who the hell Jasmine Banks is. And and Jasmine Banks stood out to me the most because I'm like, wait, one, I didn't know she was in Atlanta. Two, why the hell is this man personally not just cooking? They having a party surrounding this man cooking. Like, it's that lit. What's it like, you know what I'm saying? When was the first time that you actually had a celebrity or high profile personality ask you actually to curate a meal like that?
So it's weird. First time I've ever cooked for a celebrity was Adrian Broner.
Really?
It was crazy.
That's crazy. He was in the news today.
So I was in DC and I was staying at the Westin downtown DC. I had a room there for the weekend, and I had no clue, like, when I walked in who he even was, bro. I just seen this short guy with jewelry on, and he was riding on this little Segway all through the hotel lobby, and it was this little short white guy with him, and it was his manager. And so one of the guys was with him, and he was like, "Yo," he said, "Yo, you order my IHOP yet?" And when he said, "Did you order my IHOP yet?" I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, too rich to be eating IHOP. I didn't even know who he was at the time, bro. And until his manager came up to me, and I was just like, yo, like, he eating IHOP? And he was just like, yeah, you know AB, right? And I just I acted like I knew him, bro. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I know him. And he was like, dang, bro, you smell good. And he was like, man, we've been looking for some gas. And I was just like, man, that's easy. We can make that happen with no problem. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I ended up smoking with his manager. Okay. And when I smoked with his manager, I said, bro, you eating IHOP? That's like putting regular gas in your Ferrari. First of all,
yeah. Let's talk about how Adrian Broner didn't know that. You know?
Like I'm like, you an athlete, bro. Like you putting regular gas in your Ferrari. That's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? You driving nice cars. You got jewelry. You seem like
you eating IHOP.
You eat IHOP. That's weird. So I showed him my pictures, showed him my Instagram. And I told him, like, if he needed a chef while he was in D.C., you know, let me know. Literally, before the end of the night, I already got booked for the rest of that week to cook for him. Not only him, but then I cooked for his whole boxing camp because he had, like, a whole team of boxers there that was also, like, junior boxers that were boxing in the tournament, too.
And they eating IHOP, too?
No, I don't know what, bro. Yes, they're all.
Clearly, I mean, bro, big man eating IHOP. Nigga,
the crazy thing about boxers, they don't get to eat. So, like, before their matches, like, these boxers ain't ate for, like, 4 or 5 days because they got to make weight, so they can't really eat. So, they only can eat one time before they fight. So, I fed them that first meal before they fight. Bro, you should have seen these kids eating.
Good.
They was eating like homeless kids. Like,
good, bro, because I'm so disappointed that they first meal before a fight would be IHOP. Like, don't be that, man.
It was crazy. So nah, it was super dope. I ended up cooking for him for about 3 weeks while he was in DC, and then he went back to Cincinnati. But yeah, that was the first celebrity client that I actually had. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So how'd you click up with Jasmine Banks?
Jasmine Banks. I moved to Atlanta, and when I moved to Atlanta, I had this mentality on like, yo, like I'm about to cook for all of the baddest bitches in Atlanta. All of the baddest females, all of the baddest women, anybody who is known in Atlanta, I'm cooking for them. You know what I'm saying? So I just literally made it my duty to hit people up. And I think I posted some wings on Instagram, and Brianna Francisco bought some wings for me. Okay. And when she bought some wings for me, a few different people started booking me in Atlanta, and Jasmine Banks was one of them. And so not only like did I end up cooking for her, I ended up cooking for like a whole lot of people. So I mean,
yo, that's crazy as shit.
She's a real dope person though. Like y'all gotta realize, like y'all think of her as like Jasmine Banks. Like I know her as a regular person. To me, I cook for her and her family, so like they're really down to earth people.
And that's what I peep.
Cool
it's not
you know
just
what I'm saying?
You cooking for Jasmine Banks. It was like Jasmine Banks' family. I'm
yeah,
like, bro, like
for her and her kids.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people, like, you know, personally, because like when you a private chef, you a lot of times end up cooking for people's family and loved ones. So like it's pretty dope because you get a more intimate relationship with a lot of people, and it becomes, you know, pretty dope in the end. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Have any of them requested an infused meal?
Yeah, I done a few infused meals in the city. I actually did an infused dinner party earlier this year in February, and yeah, it's successful. You know, it's just I think people are afraid of it. People are afraid of edibles, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see the memes? Like people are scared of edibles, especially if it's a first time situation. Like there's so many people I know I would want to give an edible to, because I need them to chill out some. But I couldn't. I don't know how to do it. Like you have to sneak it in.
Nah, it's just people are really, really timid when it come to edibles because of the stigma of how edibles have been created. Yeah. Brownies from back in the day used to slap people. They used to be made with hash. They used to be made so strong that nobody knew how strong they were. Like you'd been fall asleep if you eat a brownie, a piece of it. So people just get a little bit afraid of it, I think. Yeah. But I get some clients that I do them more in DC. DC is where I get my cannabis infused dinner parties. Not in Atlanta yet so far.
Do you have a favorite person you like cooking for?
Favorite person that I like to cook for? Favorite person that I consistently like to cook for?
Other than yourself?
That's a good question. Dang. I would have to say right now and this current time, it'll probably be Katana's a fun person to cook for.
Okay. Who's Katana?
Tees. You can look her up on Instagram, katana.tees.
I'm sure
she a fun person to cook for because, like, I mean, she's an Aries like me, so I mean, she has a cool team. Like, usually I cook for her and her team. Mm-hmm. They do like team meetings, so it's like she has a really dope team, and the way they, you know, move and the way they like do their meetings is really dope. So
that's lit,
I think
man.
Those are the cool people.
Yeah, I told y'all, Chef leads a different life, man.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about cooking with cannabis. Cooking with cannabis is now like the new in thing to do. You know what I mean?
My shit.
You turn on Netflix, there's shows advertised, like multiples at this point, competitions, just different types of things to do. You look on Vice, the same deal. What's it like seeing the popularity of infused cooking come to the mainstream like that?
Personally, I think it's super dope. I think it's dope because it takes the stigma off people being afraid of it.
Yeah.
I just wish that they would put a little bit more education into it. I think there's a lot of steps that are missed and make people think like, oh, I could just take this flour and put it in something and it'll get me high. And a lot of times that's not exactly how it works. There's a chemical process that goes into it called decarboxylation that, activates the THC in the weed. So I think I think it's a super dope to make it mainstream. I just wish they would educate people on the real way to use it.
Yeah. Well, shameless plug. You can get you an Ardent decarboxylator.
Yeah, you can.
You
can get an Ardent
and save 30% when you use Fresh Color Cannabis at checkout.
No cap. Look, product drop. Ardent. I have used it. I stamp it. Yeah. It is a good product.
It really is. I got one in the house. I still have to figure out how to use. I haven't figured out how to use. I haven't used it. I mean, figure out time to go use it.
It's very easy to use it.
Yeah.
You just put you grind your product up. You put it inside the reservoir on the inside. You put the silicone top on it. You put the other top on it. You cut it on, and it goes through a process that heats it up and cools it down, which controls the decarboxylation process within itself.
Serious? It's as easy as
super dope.
We just got a air fryer. This is as easy as that. Like literally, I thought like air fryer was gonna be like the hardest thing to do. Nah, baby, and it tastes better.
Yeah.
Shout out to air fryers, man. Shout out to air fryers.
Facts.
When was the first time you dropped weed in food and dropped weed into your food?
First time I dropped weed in food was back in the day, man, for some friends. I've been making edibles for about 7 years, but as far as taking it to the next level, DC allowed me to do that because around 2000. 12, DC really made weed mainstream in the streets. So it was like we had a lot of pop-ups like Atlanta does now.
Yeah,
like,
y'all did the gifting system.
Yeah, it was fire.
Buddy, I so supported the gifting system when I first heard about it.
Donations were fire in DC, yo. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really appreciate like DC for like allowing me to have that platform on really being able to get my edibles out there and start cooking with weed more, because I did so many weed infused dinner parties in DC when I first, like when they started allowing us to grow and allowing us to have more regulations on it. So super dope. Yeah,
shout out to DC, man. I had a great time when I was out there. I got a chance to visit some home grows, which at the time, that was the first time I was able to see something like that with my own two eyes. Like you're walking in somebody's basement and their TV in their living room, like, saying their little kicking room is here, and then right here is a closet full of weed.
Full of weed. A grow tent. Like, I seen people with, like, full-on basements with, like, perpetual grow tents, like 7, 8, 9 grow tents in a basement, bro. Like, crazy.
Yeah, DC's morphed into something different, man.
DC's a different animal for sure. Shout out to DC, man.
Is there a certain strain, speaking about strains and what you use when it does come to cooking, are there certain strains you like using better than others?
Yeah, so like when I'm doing a dinner party, I definitely try to do my best to start out with a sativa-based weed, just because you don't want to. It's gonna be a gradual kick in, but you don't want people to become too sleepy. You know what I'm saying? So you really want to make sure that you start with a sativa. So if I had to pick one, like right now, if I had to pick a sativa, man, I really like. They got some mint strains out right now that are dope. Some lemonade strains. I smoked some Medellin in the cookie store like recently. That was fire. Like, so if I had to cook with a flower, like I'll probably cook with like something from the lemonade strain from the cookie store for sure.
Word, man. What's your favorite strain?
Favorite strain, peanut butter breath. By far.
I saw that on my guy's menu not too long ago. I'm gonna try it now.
Bro, it's the best weed ever, man. Strong indica, best flavor.
Now, are you an indica or sativa person?
I'm an indica person all day. Like I gotta smoke an indica, bro, because I need to chill out. Like sativas make me anxious. They make me jittery. I can't do it. Yeah.
You know what? And sativas help me. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I can be too relaxed at sometimes, man. And a sativa will pick me up.
Nah, I smoke an indica in the morning. I wake and bake an indica. Yeah, so like.
So you wake and bake and then go back to sleep for a second?
It just don't put me to sleep, bro. Like I already can't go to sleep, so like This is the way I stay. I need to smoke an indica because otherwise I'm gonna be up all day.
Word, man. Hood snacks, man.
Hood smacks.
What the hell is this, man?
Hood smacks branch from
Smacks.
From me really realizing that edibles needed to be price efficient and it needed to be something for the streets, like almost like rap snacks is for the streets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where hood smacks is like the dope twist on your adult favorite, your childhood favorites. So like anything you like as a child, when you go to the little hood store and you grab some Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Takis, a pickle, some gummies, whatever you used to get when you go to the store, that's what we do our best to do a twist on.
You know what? And that's why that's popular. I remember being on your page and seeing the pickles, and I was like, yo, so he infused those like the Takis and shit like that.
I got a girl.
Bro, that's why these stupid popular.
I got a girl named Miss Dime. Shout out to Miss Dime. She literally just posted on her page, yo, the pickle is crazy. Got her taking off. Like, she literally ate a pickle and she said she was high in 30 minutes. She was gone.
Don from the what was that, reality show?
Maybe. Miss Dime from the reality show.
Herb no. Herb no.
Yeah.
So these are actually some really cool ideas. Like you mentioned, you got the Takis, you got the pickles. Yeah. It's basically a twist on some snacks and treats that we would have grabbed from a corner store every day of our lives, most of us.
And I mean, like, if COVID didn't hit the summer so hard, we would have literally had popsicles, ice cream sandwiches. Like, we would have killed the summer, but it was just COVID kind of just allowed me to kind of learn my business structure a lot more. You know what I'm saying? It didn't allow me to really make as many products as I wanted to. But wait till y'all see what's coming on next summer. We're going to go crazy.
Yeah, man. You know, you speaking of the pop-ups, you know, the DC scene is what it is. Atlanta's turned into a monster. You know what I mean?
Atlanta's turned into a monster.
Atlanta's turned into a monster.
Facts.
And I totally blame COVID for that. Like, the lack of having nothing to do and the ability to be able to have venues and do stuff turned into what we're seeing right now with these pop-ups, which is dope for me.
Facts. But I love it because it just reminds me of DC in 2016. Yeah. 2016 DC was Atlanta right now. And that's what I'm just loving. It's just the only thing different is Atlanta's legislation hasn't passed those same laws as DC.
And that's where it's dope to me. What you see down here in Georgia is it shows how important the legacy market is. You know what I'm saying? That you're really not going to get rid of what you call an underground market.
Nah, this shit Wakanda.
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
I'm just saying the underground market here is just like that shit's so networked. Like, it's like Wakanda, bro. Like, they can't do nothing about it. It's like vibranium.
Yo, another shameless shout out, man. Shout out to my boy Ross and Sunday Service.
Shout out to DUI. Shout out to Ross, man.
When we say these events do be lit, like my man brought Black Jesus to Sunday Service. Like you talking about nuns, Black Jesus. It was everything you would have possibly thought couldn't happen.
We bringing pots and pans to Sunday Service. Watch when y'all see when Hood Smacks top in. Y'all know what's going on.
Yeah. I definitely love the pop-up scene that I'm seeing, man.
You been to one in Cali?
I have not yet. You know, I was telling you about that prior to this, and we're going to get into this next, I guess, is doing them out of state. Like, I do want to start popping up in Atlanta. Cali.
It's ones in Cali, like the Taco Sesh. Shout out to the Taco Sesh, man. Y'all can tap in Instagram, Taco Sesh, LA. It's a huge pop-up, bro. Like, I'm talking about 300 vendors.
Word.
Like, everybody got slabs and edibles and pounds. It's crazy. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's a vibe. Like, it's 150 people in line the whole time. Like, a revolving door is probably 1,000 people inside.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What advice would you give to somebody who's new to the pop-up scene, you know what I'm saying, as far as how they should move around, you know? Because I spoke to my girl Lala about that, the same thing. Like, from a pop-up veteran's perspective, if you was giving advice to somebody who was new and trying to get their brand out and they was about to start doing these, like, what advice would you give them?
First of all, be clean. Be good with your quality on with your product. Like I see a lot of tables just throwing shit on their table just to fill their table up, and I feel like if you're gonna put something on your table, let that shit be fire. Yeah. Like, don't just put something on your table just to have something on your table. Like it's not worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually people gonna peep game and it's another table next to you that got some fire. So the best thing you can do is, you know what I'm saying, rep your brand and put some fire shit on your table.
Word.
It's the best thing I could say.
Word. You know, and I at my last pop up, you know, I was overwhelmed, like with the actual flower vendors. Like, I was popping, you know, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your shit was busy.
We was busy, but I was looking around and I was like, yo, I don't know how I would deal if I was a customer up in here because there's so many varieties and so much options, man.
So the way I do it, the way you go to a pop up, you never pick until you go around once. Look at every table, look at everything in the pop-up. Don't get caught up with somebody handing you something and saying the name and telling you a price before you see everything in there. Because a lot of times you're going to spend your money on 3 tables and you're going to get to another table.
And that should be fire.
And that shit be fire and you're going to be, oh my God. And then by that time you've been broke your bank. So it's like.
Now that's something I peep. You know, you can kind of see it happen. Like the minute the door open, you see them walking around in a circle and walking around in a circle. Like you trying to test out everything, see where everybody is with everything. Because it's clearly differences, especially when it comes to strains and products. I had a chance to sit next to No Cap. I had a chance to sit next to No Cap out of Miami. I'm watching them boys get it in, and I was like,
some boys getting it in.
Buddy, I thought
Louder. You talking about Louder Miami?
No. This was no. I know it was No Cap. I thought it was LMAO for a second, but
yeah. It's a
up.
lot of boys coming from Florida. Florida tapping in. Atlanta hard.
Yeah, Florida coming heavy, but No Cap came up, and I was looking at the way they was moving, and I was like,
them boys moving like they been in the few pop ups.
Yeah, they did their thing. That was the first time I heard of a. What was it, like $100 eighth? That was the first time I've heard that those numbers said about an eighth in my whole entire life.
Nah, you got it like on my IG. That's what I was showing people when I was going to Cali because a lot of people didn't realize that the prices done changed a lot.
Yeah.
So I was showing people in the dispensaries everywhere like 100 an eighth for anything top shelf. Like if you want to smoke top shelf, that's the price. But it's just the thing is, who knows what top shelf is? Yeah. You don't know unless you know. So it's just a lot of people can get food nowadays because, man, bro, I done seen mid that look like exotic.
Straight up. When you couple in the fact that packaging has gotten so much better and accessible. Accessible, like you can go on Amazon and just order up bags and bags of that.
Bags right here on Amazon.
And put whatever you want in them.
Whatever you want in some boo-boo right now in here. You can put it right here on Amazon. Search it.
That's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's
probably a big issue with that.
But I think like it's fucked up once you realize that's how it is in any industry.
Yeah.
Because I buy concentrates and buy a lot of like different marijuana concentrates to cook with, and so you got to think that game is fucked up too. Like all the way down to people because that's medicine. Like the real reason for concentrates is for cancer patients.
Facts,
bro.
Man.
Like it's to the point where a cancer patient almost can't even find their medicine because the weed game is so saturated with scammers, bro. Like it's just people who just bootlegging. They just bootlegging the whole industry, bro.
But you can't help it. You know what I mean? Like it's an area that's legal but not, regulated but not.
That shit a go.
You know what I mean? From state to state, city, almost city to city, county to county, you have different ways of people dealing with the plant. So now it's no shock that you're gonna get some people who figure out loopholes in this, man.
The real reason it's a gold mine, bro. When people realize that it's such a cash cow, it make more money than everything.
Yo, and that's another thing I like about seeing these underground pop-ups and just seeing underground culture blooming the way it does. It solidifies another thought I had, a notion I had in my mind, which is I'm watching some business people be born. You know what I'm saying?
You're watching real activism.
Yeah. I'm watching this shit happen to the point.
You're watching real activism, dog.
Bro, I'm watching a scene be built from the bottom up, and I'm fairly certain that some of these brands you're talking about within the next 2 to 3 years are gonna have to be a something because of just how the rest of the state
goes.
Yo,
you finna see hood smacks everywhere. I promise you that.
Branding to actual the products you're able to come up with, and I'm not just talking about the flower. Like you get into the edibles, you get into just some of the things I'm watching people create in a place where it's not legal. Like gives me so much optimism for this state. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I don't even know if going legal would even help at this point.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You watching actual patients walk into these pop-ups and go get what they gotta get.
I'm cool with it being decriminalized. I just don't want it to be legal.
You're gonna get too many hands in the pot.
Decriminalization is cool with me because I don't agree with people getting locked up.
Yeah.
Or I feel like a ticket or a citation for smoking in the wrong place could definitely be something that is like, you know, they could use as a consequence. But I think, like, bro, for that shit to be completely illegal and for people to get arrested for that shit if they have it on them, it could be somebody who needs to smoke it.
Yeah.
They could have stage 3 cancer and they don't want to do chemo.
Now, why would you be more for decrim versus legalization?
I mean, just because I feel like the government gonna fuck weed up if they make it legal.
That's my thing. Like, I'm just I don't want to.
And
get
I
a
just
bunch
keep
of
it
bad
100
weed.
with you. Like, that's just the government. They got a way of like mass producing shit and not doing it in a good way. Like, bro, I know everything about food.
Bro,
I would scare you if I told you some shit I know about food.
Oh, you know what, man? I don't need no more Netflix specials. I believe you.
Nah. Like, that's what I'm saying. So now, like, with the legalization, I think just if people didn't have to get in trouble for it, it'd be cool with me.
Yeah.
Because then we can just grow it. We can sell it. We can open up a storefront and do whatever we want. We just don't have to worry about getting in trouble. I think those laws need to change.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, legalizing it and selling it in gas stations and shit, fuck no.
Yeah, right. You going to pick up a Black and Mild and
Fuck
pre-roll
no.
from Exxon?
Bro, I already see it. They just passed a law for something called Delta 8. Do you see that? Like,
Where you can buy it from the gas station?
bro, Delta 8 is very similar to THC.
Yeah.
It will get you high, and you can buy it in gas stations. That shit is legal everywhere, just like CBD, bro. Bro, I promise you, that shit look like weed. It smell like weed. You can put it in a pre-roll. You can put it in a vape pen. You can literally make distillate out of it.
You can put it in that bag and go sell it on the
Yeah.
corner. You can put it in that bag.
And that's what the government would do, and I just ain't really with that.
Nah, I feel you, bro.
I'm good on that.
You still hoop?
On occasions, I'm doing more business shit nowadays though, so not really lately, but
I feel you. You know,
I ain't gonna lose it though.
every once in a while, I get the bug to want to hoop again. I saw Barack Obama hit that 3-point on Instagram, and
Hey,
I
yo.
was like, shit, I can't do that.
Hey
no
yo,
more.
Barack, let's play 1-on-1,
I
man.
can't do that. No, that's somebody.
I'll play 1-on-1 with Barack.
Bro, please. I promise you, Barack gonna break my ankles, man. Like he
Crazy.
easily plays every day.
I'll burn Barack ass up.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I don't know, man. Barack look like he got some. He got a little bit of point guard skills in him, man.
Nah.
I think I like to see him. I like to see how he handle it.
Nah, bro. I can't see it. But he did stroke that 3-pointer though. But
Bruh, that hurt my feelings.
Who you think the best celebrity is? That can hoop.
That can hoop? Dang, off the top of my head, that can hoop. Best celebrity. I'm gonna stick it to music. I think Chris Brown pretty decent.
You think?
Yeah. Oh
J.
yeah,
Cole?
definitely. I was about to go Cole. Cole
What
World
about
is. Dirk?
Lil Durk.
I ain't never seen
You ain't
Dirk.
seen
play.
Lil Durk? Check Lil Durk out. He fire.
Yo, Drake has to be. If you
He
have a
fire.
gym in your house, you have to be good. Like
Shout out to Dirk, man.
Drake got to be on this list. Like if you have an NBA regulation court in your house, you better be good.
Nah, bro. Drake ain't Drake. I put Drake against Kevin Hart.
Bro, you know what?
I put Drake against Kevin Hart on the court, bro.
There's a TV show on Vice called Party Legends. There's a show called Party Legends on Vice, and this dude, this producer, tells a story of Kanye West and Drake playing basketball at Drake's house, and how serious Drake takes basketball.
Bruh.
That Kanye did this thing where he just spun around in a circle, threw the ball up, and it went in, and they won. And he said Drake he didn't even shake his hand. They said all of them just everybody from OVO just walked off the court like it was a game. Like we ain't
Bruh.
saying nothing to nobody.
First of all, speaking of Kanye, bro, big ups to Kanye. I just looked up how his net worth, bro. Kanye's net worth is $1.3 billion, dog.
Yeah, man.
Stop playing with him.
Now we can keep playing with him.
Straight up.
We can keep playing with him. Dog.
Bruh.
we can keep playing with you.
Like, that man rich as shit, bro.
It is. He's scary rich.
That's scary rich.
What's scary rich to me is you also the type of person, and since we talking about Kanye, you also the type of person to be up $1 billion today and then be negative $2 billion tomorrow somehow.
Bro, I don't know, bro. He got that system figured out, bro, because Forbes said his net worth is $1.3 billion, and that makes him richer than Jay-Z and anybody older than him.
I mean, I don't see how.
Anybody older than him.
That's another one. So we talking about Yeezy brand. Is that like the products you sell? 'Cause I don't think it had to be jumping past music at this point. You
Yeah.
talking about you got to include all that.
He married Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah.
Put his name on her last name,
Yeah,
and
we
then
talking
she
about joint property.
and then she
There
came
you
out
go.
and then she came out with a fire ass cosmetic
There you go.
line.
There you go.
Put
Say
it in
less. Say
Sephora and
less.
Ulta, and so it say Kim West on it, and so now he getting a check from that too.
Say less. Say
bro
less.
is a pimp, bro.
Chef just gave us gave us the understanding.
Bro, he's a pimp, bro.
The minute you said he married, I was like, oh yeah, okay, makes sense.
Finesse God.
Makes sense.
Finesse God, bro.
The finesse God is trying his hardest not to get divorced out that marriage.
Straight up,
I know
no
that, boy.
cap.
I know that. He does not need her to wake up one day and have a Cardi B moment and just go on
Facts.
Twitter and be like, I'm
Facts.
done with my husband.
Yeah, exactly.
He don't need
Exactly.
that.
He better stay in line.
Yeah, man. So what's the future like for you?
Future, man, we moving to Cali. Hood Smacks moving to Cali soon, man. We opening up a warehouse. We got mass production coming soon. We got restaurant coming soon. We got big shit coming soon, man. Food truck coming soon. Vending machines coming soon.
Word.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Big boy business investments and shit like that for 2021 for sure.
Yeah.
For shit show.
Do you see yourself being a role model?
Yeah, I'm a role model if I just gotta keep working harder, bro. I gotta keep working harder. That's my role model. Like, that's my motto. You know, if I had to say a motto, is keep working hard. Don't stop for nothing. Like, don't stop. Don't let nothing stop you.
Yeah, so can I ask you a favor?
Ask me any favor, bro.
Can we get Jasmine Banks on the show? I saw she smoked weed. Like, can you come through and kick it with us? Can we get Jasmine?
Jasmine Banks.
Jasmine, come through.
Jasmine Banks.
Come through Cash Color Campus.
They say tap in. We need to bring her on here.
Facts, man. Facts. We got so many conversations we can have, man. Like, we got so many. You don't know who that is?
All right.
Oh man, go do your Google.
Jasmine, man. Jasmine Banks. Man.
Whoa. You know what? I always, whenever you bring up porn, you gotta look at people's faces when they know who the people are. Yeah, I judge. I'm looking like, oh, y'all watch some stuff, huh?
Funny as shit.
You know who Wesley Pipes is? Why? You know what
Funny
I'm saying?
as shit.
Like, why? Why do you know who this man is, man? Bro, you've been a blast as always, man. You brought some fire smoke, and you definitely I thought he couldn't do it, bro. That was teamwork. I watched the joints get thrown onto him so he can continue to finish this. He kept a marathon sesh going.
I wrote one on set, and I just had them things fly from out of the sky. Thank you, God.
For over 30 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
For over 30 minutes,
fly
my man
from
went
out
hard
of the
for
sky
that.
when I pray hard enough.
For over 30
I
minutes, my man
appreciate
did that, man.
From the weed gods, you know what I'm saying?
Get it cracking, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, for those who want to get in touch with you, those who want to book you, find out any more about Hood Smacks, all that.
Hit me DM, chef.et. It's easy to find me, chef.et, or you can type in Hood Smacks, HOODSMAX. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to find. We not hard to find. DM me. I answer all my DMs. I get back to you quick. We also send packages, man. If y'all need packages and y'all out of state, man, y'all tap in and let me know what y'all need. We got y'all. Whatever y'all need. I know it's hard to get y'all alternative medication, man, and now these narcotics and these opioids is not it.
No.
So, you know what I'm saying? If y'all need edibles and y'all need infused food, oils, butter, anything, y'all let me know.
It's my boy, Chef E.T. He's a celebrity chef, rapper, actor, trapper, athlete. I think he still hoop a little bit.
On the good days when my knees not hurting.
I feel you. I've
been cooking professionally for 12 years. I can't hoop no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. In the morning.
That's what's up, man. My guy, man. Well, we're going to kick it. We're going to get into some of these snacks off air, though, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming through.
Slap.
That's Cash Color Campus, a high-level conversation on LiveHipHopDaily.tv, and this episode is sponsored by AtlanticBizClothing.com.